let's break down the matrix system. First of all, it's a supply chain. People think about ground-up construction. Ground-up construction with all kinds of materials, right? We are supply pretty much all the material ourselves. Second of all, we pre-engineer, prefab, off-site structure and the facade, because that's our background, facade, all glass, aluminum facade. And then the reason matrix system so unique about it's hard, to scale, like I can sell my product, because you still need a handful subcontractors, right? So that's where the other part of vertical. Material supply chain is vertical. The other is a handful of sub who work with me the last 20 years in Vegas. They are just do the installation for me. This is the trick about, usually you cannot go find subcontractors that, hey, you install my glass. Like, no, all the lawsuit liability. So that's other part of about matrix system. We have vertical from supply chain to subs, consultant. That's all vertical.
Welcome to CREPN Radio for influential commercial real estate professionals who work with investors, buyers, and sellers of commercial real estate coast to coast. Whether you're an investor, broker, lender, property manager, attorney, or accountant, we're here to learn from the experts.
Welcome to Commercial Real Estate Pro Network's CREPN Radio. Thanks for joining us. My name is J. Darren Gross. This is the podcast focused on commercial real estate investment and risk management strategies. Weekly, we have conversations with commercial real estate investors and professionals who provide their experience and insight to help you grow your real estate portfolio. Today's interview is sponsored by Building Insurance and Risk. When you invest in real estate, it pays to work with a real estate investor protection specialist to protect yourself and your investment from catastrophic loss. The experts at Building Insurance and Risk focus on real estate investor protection. They provide you with multiple insurance coverage offers and a side-by-side coverage comparison. To learn more, go to buildinginsurancerisk.com. Today, my guest is Weina Zhang. Weina is the CEO and founder of the Z Life Company, a ground-up developer builder based in Las Vegas. And in just a minute, we're going to speak with Weina Zhang about Z Life and the use of their proprietary model to develop mid-rise projects that are changing the path for young adults to enter the urban housing market. But first, a quick reminder, if you like our show, CREPN Radio, there are a couple of things you can do to help us out. You can like, share, and subscribe. And as always, we encourage you to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from our listeners. Also, if you want to see how attractive our guests are, be sure to check out our YouTube channel. You can find us on YouTube at Commercial Real Estate Pro Network. And while you're there, please subscribe. With that, I want to welcome my guest, Weina Zhang. Welcome to CREPN Radio.
Thank you so much for the time inviting me to the podcast.
You bet. I'm looking forward to our conversation. But before we get started, if you could take just a minute and share with the listeners a little bit about your background.
So my background, I'm an immigrant. I moved to New York in 1998. I was 25 years old. Now, it's 25 years later, I spent 20 years in front line of supply chain, manufacturer, and high-rise construction. From 2005 to 2008, I was build a company from 1 million revenue to 50 million revenue, 8.3 million EBITDA in here, Las Vegas.
Wow.
With all the years of high-rise commercial construction, me and my partner, Anna Olen, we created this system called Matrix System, which is a solution for urban housing shortage. Our specialty is mid-rise or low-rise matrix system built up with steel, concrete, glass, aluminum, not wood structure. Our construction time from 9 months to 12 months per project. We build English hotel in 9 months. English hotel is 4 stars Marriott tribute program. 3 months underground, 6 months vertical. 9 months, the hotel's done with pool, with nice restaurant. So our average projects around the 12 months construction. That's magic about matrix system. We build fast, also 40% less anyone else can do. So that's why we call it's a solution for urban housing shortage. We don't need a lot of luck either. We don't need acres. The English hotel, as hotel itself, does not include the pool and the restaurant, only 10,000 square foot.
Wow. How many stories is that? The English hotel?
English hotel is 4 stories because that's the proof of concept for metric system. I have no investors, all my own money, and I couldn't afford to build my standard matrix 6 stories. I only do 4, but that's enough for proof of concept.
Got it. Well, that's fascinating. I'm really looking forward to our conversation and learning more about all this. So let's back up just a little bit here. You said in 98 you arrived in New York. Was that specifically to get into real estate or construction, or was that something? How did you end up in real estate?
Yeah, I was grown up Inner Mongolia, but China. So I was self-made millionaire at 21 years old. So then I want to go to America. So I told my father, I said, I'm going to America. He said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the capital city, New York. My father, school teacher, he said, my understanding, capital city in America is Washington, D.C. I said, I don't care. I go New York. I really go for capital. So all the immigrants, you land of JFK, and to chase my American dream. No, nothing. I don't know how long this podcast. I just give you one example. I live in Washington Square apartment. For a month, I couldn't find eggs in the market. So I asked my roommate, I said, Lawrence, there's no eggs in this country. He said, what are you talking about? He grabbed me to a supermarket. He grabbed a case of eggs, open. He said, here's eggs. I said, oh, you put eggs in the box. And so this is how much I learned from, yeah.
I love it. I mean, the eyes wide open. That's great. So when before you came to New York, then what'd you do to make your money in Mongolia?
Not Mongolia. I grown up in Mongolia with middle of nowhere in between Russia and China. It's almost like no man life. It was no electricity, no running water until I was 8 years old. Walk in the snow in the winter, 2-3 miles a day seeking for education. We were forced to be vegan the first 17 years because we were so poor. That was a very healthy life, okay? It was vegan. Then I was the one getting to college. In China at that time, it's almost like a caste system in India. If you're born on a farm, your whole life farm. You cannot say, oh, I go to New York for find job, whatever I can do. No, the only way you can get out of Mongolia, it was get into the college. I did it. So I was the one changing my family's life. I bought my mom $1 million condo in Shenzhen, and she passed away 3 years ago. So yeah, I changed my family life. Then from there, I met millions in China, 21 years old. And then I came to New York 4 years later, 25 years.
So again, I didn't quite understand. What did you do to make your money there?
Oh, this is take much longer to explain. I just do it as fast as I could. I was in tourism industry. By then, early 90s, China still, the money is, we're living on the step, right? The food step, whatever step. So I was a tourist guide to taking the tourism gold Great Wall, making some tips. So one thing we do is we take the tourism to the art store or antique store. Then after tourists left, we always come back, collect a 20% kickback. So after a while, I realized, because those are arts, it's like worth nothing for tourism, right? So then I call all my tourist guys, friends. I said, guys, I'm going to start my own store. Everyone come to my store, I will give you guys 80% kickback. I take 20%. Commission.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was a millionaire. Not only that, long big boss lined up front of my store. Not only that, all the tourist guys, they came to me. They said, Weina, thank you so much. Because of you, I've been able to buy apartment in the city like Shenzhen. I can bring my family here. Now worth million, right? It was 100,000 by then. So that's how very quick I became a millionaire as 21 years old. So I have enough money that I can move to New York.
Got it. I was kind of curious how you did that. I mean, solving a problem, you see the opportunity, and you made it work for you and others. I mean, I'm guessing the fact when you change the pay rate, that's why you had everybody lined up out the door. They were going to make money too. So that's great. So you arrive in New York. How did you end up in the real estate business?
I started with New York. 3 months in New York, I realized I couldn't survive here. I need to learn the language, learn everything, barely find the eggs in the market. So I moved to California. So by year 2000, I moved to Las Vegas. I started working for the architect who built Luxor, MGM. I was assistant for him to help him build a casino, 3,000 rooms casino, to source all the construction material from overseas, which is China. That's how I started my construction material supplier, first business, then became glazer contractor.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that makes sense. There's the path is clear now. I understand it. So you're in Las Vegas, and is that primarily where you invest and build right now, or do you limit yourself to Las Vegas?
I moved Vegas year 2000, 23 years. In between, I moved back New York. I was a contractor for Freedom Tower during the recession. Then I moved to San Francisco. I was pretty much 50% as contractor, 50% market share in downtown San Francisco. I built the first Salesforce 350 mission. I built Transbay, a bunch of projects in San Francisco. Then I moved back to Vegas 2017 to prove the matrix system going to work. That's how I start build a first English hotel.
Got it. So you've been on the material side of things, and I'm just curious. You mentioned the cost savings, the 40% less. Is that primarily, or I mean, you've got your matrix system, but is it your connections to the materials and your ability to understand where and how to source the materials that's really the key to your savings, or is it truly your system, your matrix system, or is that, are they integral? Are they one and the same?
Yeah, it's okay. Let's break down the matrix system. First of all, it's a supply chain. People think about ground up construction. Ground up construction with all kind of materials, right? We are supply pretty much all the material ourselves. Second of all, we pre-engineer, prefab, off-site structure and the facade, because that's our background, facade, all glass, aluminum facade. And then the reason matrix system so unique about it's hard, to scale, like I can sell my product, because you still need a handful subcontractors, right? So that's where the other part of vertical. Material supply chain is vertical. The other is a handful of sub who work with me the last 20 years in Vegas. They are just do the installation for me. This is the trick about, usually you cannot go find subcontractors that, hey, you install my glass. There's like, no, all the lawsuit liability. So that's other part of about matrix system. We have vertical from supply chain to subs, consultant. That's all vertical.
Got it. So you basically have it all in-house, from the idea to the subcontractors you brought in-house, material you've sourced, and also it sounds like the what you're describing is the materials and kind of your design is cost conscious too, as well as the way that you're proceeding. Am I understanding right?
Correct. The most important, we make the matrix system so simple. We only have a 3 type of unit: a studio, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. That's it. We built 3,000 of them, whether Marriott Marriott hotel or Marriott apartment on the next phase, they are all going the same.
Got it. No, I think it makes sense. That's kind of the, when you keep the menu limited, you don't have to get involved in all the outside noise. You can kind of focus and keep it very, very narrow and very, very lean. Makes a lot of sense. So let me ask you, so you're in the construction. Are you building these for others, or are you building these for your own portfolio, or what's the
my own portfolio only. So Midtown Vegas, we own, including English Hotel, been open almost 2 years, around 4 acres. Midtown, because of the location in between City Hall and the strip, we're inside the art district. So Midtown will be the first 15 minutes walking, 100% electrical. So our matrix system, 100% electrical. No gas, no gasoline. So we just get the city of Las Vegas proved our 300 units with non-parking only. That's the other problem I have to solve. It's cars. All the problems urban. Big problem is parking, right? So what I did was I told the city, I said, I built the city for 15 minutes walking, but we still need a car because we're not like New York or San Francisco. I do have parking. Not only that, I also have Tesla as amenity to encourage my residents give up a car, which is a financial burden, because there's enough people they can walk or bike in 2 or 3 blocks, live in the Midtown. So the Tesla as amenity, the user have, let's say, 7 hours per week for weekend, whatever is used for free. You only pay for the insurance per hour when you use that. So that's how city approved my non-parking for 300 units. condo and Marriott apartment because I do have this Tesla program.
Wow. So 300 units, how many cars does it require to meet the
1.5.
need?
1.5,
One and a half cars?
correct, per unit.
Oh.
That's yeah.
So wait, back. So 300 units, correct?
Yes.
And you're going to have 1.5 car per unit?
No,
Or
that was what they call
the parking requirement?
the code.
Okay, code.
The code. So city waived that because I provide each 5 household share one Tesla.
Got it. So five units, there's one vehicle available, then the usage, then do they like calendar,
Right.
reserve, whatever, when they need a car, and they get up to 7 hours per week?
Correct.
Wow. No, that's the first time I've heard that, and it makes a lot of sense because it seems to me like you've combined a lot of the kind of the apps that are available. I know, like, you can in Portland here, you can at least it used to be. I don't know if it's even still available, but there was a kind of a ride share program where you like Zap or Zip or Zap or something like that, where there was a car share thing where you could just basically go up on your phone and type in and it would unlock and you could start the car and drive off. But
Right.
but
App was easy. The Tesla program share that was cost us some times, and we literally have like group of PhD working on the simulation model because whatever I do is came from original idea.
yeah,
It's not easy. There's so, but we got it. The program.
that's awesome. And so the area you mentioned, you're between the courthouse and the Strip, or City Hall and the Strip. So you're basically in the middle of it, where people can actually walk or use other means of transportation that don't require them owning a car. That's fascinating. How did you? I mean, I love what you've been describing so far as basically the speed in which you can put a project together. It sounds like you've designed it well with a limited menu of options. You've sourced it well. You've brought in all of the needed trades in-house, to where you're not relying on third party and whatever cost inflation that they can provide. You've contained all that. You said you've got, how many was it, 4 or 40, or how many? You said the acres there that you
4 acres.
4
Around-
acres. Okay.
Las Vegas shortage for 4,000 to 7,000 houses. Well, this is a housing shortage, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, not for middle class professional people, not for super rich people. Okay. So the 4 acres, the phase 1 we're doing is we call Midtown Plaza. What Midtown Plaza does is, on the phase 1, is all the amenity will be here. So the phase 1, we build out all the amenity for 2,000 or 3,000 rest units outside Midtown Plaza.
Okay. So we're talking like grocery stores and all that kind of stuff, or when you say amenities, what are you referring to?
So it's mixed use.
Okay.
We have second floor concrete are biotech companies. So ground floor are micro size retails. We want gravity. We want the people come here to stop 50 different 300 local small business stores. We make them affordable for small business as well. Second floor are biotech company. So the other problem that I solved, beside the parking, is commercialize the amenity. So reduce the HOA. The condo buyer don't have to pay $1, $2 for HOA because the standard construction here in downtown, anywhere in the urban, is you have to build all the amenities, the roof, the pool on the roof, the gym, the clubhouse. Usually cost the developer a lot of money to build, and the residents have to pay $1 or $2 HOA to maintain them. So what I'm doing right now is I commercialize everything. My HOA is 20 cents a square foot, right? So, which means if you want using gym, you have to pay for. I never use gym. I'm an outdoor runner. I don't have to pay for other people. So that's a solution to commercialize amenity, reduce the HOA, make more affordable.
No, I love it. I love it. It's kind of more of the menu thing, and you know, it is funny that those amenities that you describe. I mean, they're clearly the brochure that everybody gets the ooh-ah, but the actual usage, it's in practice. I mean, you know, the number of people that actually use it, very, very few. So that's interesting. I was just doing a little bit of math. So you took what was necessarily or what would have been a 450 car parking lot and reduced to what, 60 cars? Is that what you have to have space for with the?
I have a 200 parking spot. 100 are reserved for Tesla.
Okay.
And the other 100 for whoever need and the retail business. So before I forget, the most important other problem I solve is the security.
Oh,
so
that's big.
That's big.
What did you do for the security?
We are in the special called SAID, right? So with English Hotel is a good example. This place was homeless occupied before I start construction. I literally, the day I break the ground, I give all the fruit, the chickens to the homeless camping on my lot, that please move. I'm gonna shovel the ground tomorrow, all right? So now we're almost 2 years. This place we manage 4 acres, 3 city blocks in the center for the criminals reduced, the homeless, everything it's reduced. So this is what we do for the whole Midtown, the plaza and above, to provide private security, improve all the landscaping, road.
Yeah. No, so basically you took a kind of a gentrified area, or I mean, you basically took a rundown place and gentrified it and made it, you know, appealing. Now it sounds like, I'm guessing, is there a lot of attracting, or have you been able to attract additional development around you? I would assume that would be the case. Is that not?
What's that mean, additional development?
Well, are there others seeking to develop around you? Is there more construction?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Everything around. There's more restaurants going to build because every business want to be around me. And there's now finally the tech company, City of Las Vegas, try to attract them for years. Now the tech company come to me and say, Weina, what's the boundary for Midtown? We want to be near you.
Right. No, that's so exciting to see the transformation. And so let me ask you, your build schedule sounds phenomenal. I mean, nine months is incredible. But what kind of red tape, and tell me about before you started building, how long did it take the the powers that be, the city, the permits, all of that fun stuff before you, I mean, from the time you first engaged in the, you made the offer on the property before you turned the first shovel of dirt, how much time are we talking about there?
That's where I have to promote my city, Las Vegas. They have been a phenomenal partner. So, which is firm entitlement, right? 3 to 6 months entitlement, then 6 months for permit. So while we waiting for the permit after entitlement, 6 months, that's where matrix system pre-construction. So all the material, all the structure, which is our lead gauge steel structure, will be pre-engineered, prefab on the side. All the facade will be pre-engineered, prefab on side. So then you go whether 9 months construction or 12 months construction. Literally, once we start rotate, will be every 3 to 6 months. I will handle the building, 300 kids, 100 kids. City Las Vegas, very fast. That's why I choose Vegas. San Francisco will kill me. Doesn't matter how fast I can build. I'm waiting for 5 years, get entitlement.
Right. No, that seems to be a common theme when I'm talking to people. And I know even here in Portland, they just laid off a bunch of people at the, the planning commission because they've made it's become so expensive that there's, people aren't wanting to build as much, even though there's huge demand. The hurdles that they've put in place have made it prohibitive for a lot of the people that like to build. So you mentioned that the different, or at least I think what I heard you say was, so we've talked about hotels, we've talked about apartments and condos. Is that basically the three asset classes you're building?
Correct. Out
Okay.
3,000 units, 800 will be in this 4 acres called Midtown Plaza. Midtown Plaza are 2+8 mixed use. Out 800 units in the Midtown Plaza, 200 are Marriott, 74 rooms Marriott Hotel, and 129 keys Marriott apartment. Then the rest, 200 condo for sale, then the rest are all apartment. Then outside Midtown Plaza, remember we only need a very small lot, 7,000 square foot. We can have a little tower, put 100 units there, 50 units there, depends on studio or 1 bedroom. Will be 2,001.
Wow. So on the operation of the property, do you manage that yourself or do you source out? You mentioned Marriott. Is that a lease? Are they a tenant then and operating their hotel, or have you sold that as have you condo and sold a portion of the project, or how's that?
We keep everything except a condo. So the one thing I learned from living in the city, developer, after they build, they have a third party manage. When the third party charges 3% manage, and that's where the service have a problem, right? So what I do is everything's vertical. We are manage ourselves. We provide our residents our 4 stars Marriott level service. Talking about my hotel, English hotel, we are pretty much always sometimes top 10, sometimes like top 15. It depends the months. The good review for customer service, cleaning. So that's why we do ourselves. If we sub to other people, it's no point to build the brand. The brand is not only you have a beautiful glass condo, it's all the other service, concierge, the cleaning, all the other service. Yes, we do. We manage ourselves.
Got it. So is a Marriott, do you have a franchise then for Marriott as well then that you operate the Marriott?
So the currently hotel, it's even the next phase is Marriott franchise.
Okay.
And right now, English hotel, we have third-party hotel management manage, but the next one we'll do ourselves.
Got it. No, I love the top to bottom concept there. I think it gives you the most control. And like you said, if you are trying to build a brand, nobody cares more about their brand than you. And so for you to do that, that's impressive. It's really impressive. I guess my question is, you've commented that you all of this is under your brand, but it seems like your building process would be very attractive to anyone that's looking to build based on just the speed and kind of the cost savings. Is that anything you've ever considered, either contracting your services out to build for another investor?
I get this question all day long. The answer is no, because we are not selling product. Matrix system is not a product like Tesla, right? You're down Model Y, you can sell millions. Ground up construction, that's why people spend billions, 600 million to try to do prefab the other business, right? It doesn't work that way. Even in Las Vegas, 2 building code, county and the city. Imagine if I go Portland, San Francisco, right? So but matrix system allowed me going to Portland, go to San Francisco to build for ourselves. I cannot sell the product to other people.
Right. Let me ask you, you clearly identified the benefits to being in Las Vegas as far as the way the municipality works, with kind of the ease to work with them and also the speed. And you commented how San Francisco, just the time. Have you been approached by other municipalities about saying, "Hey, come here, we'll make it easy for you"? I just feel like the speed at which you move and the product that you're delivering would be enticing for anybody that has a need for housing.
So let me give my vision, right? We just start, I'm literally we haven't even official announced the project yet. January 8th, 2024, we're gonna official launch the project. So yes, it will be other cities that, hey, we are urban, we need you to be here. It's a housing shortage, right? But my vision is I'm creating a community to help lift up middle class, or people work for me in the hospitality. They're not really, some are like not even middle class yet, right? So my restaurant is employee owned. They're on the revenue share, which is if they're lower than middle class or they're middle class, I will lift them up. They are going to become middle class and other new middle class. Revenue share from $65,000 a year middle class Vegas with revenue share pepper club today. Now they're like 80,000 already. I call them new middle class. AI cannot replace us. So my goal is help people work for me, build up equity, so they can lift them up to upper, one more up class, so they can have the place where they work, where they live, their kids can grow up. This is my goal. And then for the outside my company, other people, I have seen this, they work so hard, they have down payment, they've been priced out of the market, right? They want to live in the city. They don't want the car. They just want to, but no product for them. I want to call affordable in English second language. When I say affordable, not mean like really affordable. Affordable is you're working class, you have 20% down, you want a home. This is where I'm providing. I think we're here already. Las Vegas, we have like hundreds of people on the waiting list for the condo. The phase one, the next phase condo, I have only 87 units pre-sold, friends, family, 20% are gone already. And then there's hundreds people on the waiting list. Yes, I would go other cities. Depends on the city. If you want me to go there, you do what the city of Las Vegas doing for me. We have a special team from city of Las Vegas just work with us.
Wow. No, I think your brand, your program, the fact that you not only are creating a special product, but the way you've invested in your people and your commitment to your people is very admirable, and I applaud you for that. Because I think that's really the key to it. I think is to lift everybody up in the process. And while profits are always the one of the primary motives for investment, there is room for when it's designed properly, there's room for to share the wealth there. So that's impressive. Hey, Weina, if we could, I'd like to shift gears here for a second. As I mentioned before we started recording, by day I'm an insurance broker, and as such, I work with my clients to assess risk and determine what to do with the risk. And there's 3 strategies we typically consider. We first look to see if there's a way we can avoid the risk. If that's not an option, we look to see if there's a way we can minimize the risk. And if we cannot avoid nor minimize the risk, then we look to see if there's a way we can transfer the risk. And that's what an insurance policy is. It's a risk transfer vehicle. And as such, I like to ask my guests if they can look at their own situation and identify what they consider to be the biggest risk. Could be your the lenders, the city, the permitting, the Federal Reserve, could be insurance. But whatever you identify as the biggest risk is what I'm looking for. And again, for clarification, while I am an insurance agent, I'm not necessarily looking for an insurance-related answer. And so if you're willing, I'd like to ask you, Weina Zhang, back up. Weina Zhang, got my letters mixed up there. Weina Zhang, what is the biggest risk?
So the reason we create a matrix system, like you said, with 20 years experience of front line, we minimize, excuse the language, a lot of risks already, right? But still are risks. So like you said, the Fed, how can I give affordable housing for middle class, right? The interest rate, right? So that's I cannot control. I have one problem, I need to solve that, right? So that's really the biggest obstacle, the interest rate. See, I solved the parking, I solved the HOA, I solved the great location, beautiful glass condo, small, not like super 5,000 square foot, but there's a Fed, yes, that's a risk. I don't know if you call Fed a risk. Other than that, I think, I don't think there's a lot of risk on me. Other developer probably, but not me.
No, I think the Federal Reserve and their interest rate policies affect, they're directly focused and they affect directly the real estate market. Kind of the gas for the engine. So I get it. Weina.
Insurance, very quick insurance.
Sure.
The insurance is always challenging for everyone. So we have to pay everything, need insurance. But the one thing about the matrix system, my broker told me, Weina, just keep doing what you do. You build steel, concrete, glass, aluminum building, no wood, right? You have the best price already. So other than that, I'm in the same shoes everyone else, insurance-wise.
Yeah, no, definitely. The insurance market is a little cuckoo right now, and hopefully it'll settle down. But we'll get through it. Weina, where can the listeners go if they'd like to learn more or connect with you?
Oh, follow us on Midtown, Las Vegas. We have a website, we have social media and Instagram.
Midtown, Las Vegas.
Yeah, Instagram is best way.
And the number 1 brunch in the city.
Oh, Pepper Club is the number 1 brunch in Las Vegas. We are from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., 7 days a week. will never close.
That's awesome.
We had a 10 million hit on TikToker. One hit on TikTok.
That's great. Well, Weina Zhang, I cannot say thanks enough for taking the time to talk today. I've enjoyed it, learned a lot, and look forward to doing it again soon.
I really appreciate the time, Darren. I wish I could have expressed myself with better English.
Oh, you did great. You did great. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. For our listeners, if you like this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, the more you know, the more you grow. That's all we've got this week. Until next time, thanks for listening to Commercial Real Estate Pro Network's CREPN Radio.
You're listening to CREPN Radio for influential commercial real estate professionals. For more information on this or any of our guests, like us on Facebook, CREPN Radio.